He's a fairly happy guy. He's living something close to this perfect life that he's always sort of mapped out for himself. And then things start to go a little bit sideways. There's a problem with his marriage. There's obviously a death in the family, and he's unable to really keep his life as contained as he would like. He's not an uptight guy, but he doesn't have a huge tolerance for complications and living spontaneously. So these things kind of knock him off balance a little bit, and that's both comedic and dramatic, as you can imagine, and he's just trying to get through it. The family dynamic of the Altmans is one of minor dysfunction. It's not so wacky that you can't have a real dramatic side of it. It's a pretty, it's your typical family, we hope. It's not the Addams Family, and it's not also some boring blue blood family that is just so conservative that you don't see any cracks underneath it. It's kind of hearts on the sleeve, and so we can get some entertaining scenes and stuff. I think families are good breeding grounds for drama and comedy because you're dealing with people that are very passionate about certain positions that are both practical yet emotional or spiritual or ethical, or maybe they're just principles, and when you've got those kinds of positions of passion and the stakes are sort of there's conflict there, and conflict breeds comedy and drama. She made me cry in the scene that we were doing together, and my character wasn't supposed to cry. She's got skills, and I'm not one that's got a leaky faucet either. I mean, I'm a hard man. But no, and to the point where Sean the director said, "Can we get a couple where you're not crying? I mean, it's good, but we might not want to be committed to that for that character." My character's relationship with Wendy, his sister, played by the remarkable Tina Fey, is it's very close. They've got this very close relationship, and they share with each other a lot of things that they're going through. They really need one another, almost like twins, obviously fraternal twins, and it's just a source of strength for him, and I think that he is for her as well. And hopefully it's very satisfying for the audience to see these two lean on each other. Judd has two brothers, younger one Philip, older one Paul, and the relationship with his older brother is a little bit more of a peer level, kind of like his relationship with his sister, but his relationship with his younger brother is a little bit more big brother, little brother, because the little brother Philip, played by Adam Driver, that character is much more sort of destructive and toxic at times, and he gets a talking to from his older brothers from time to time, and he's charming because he knows he deserves it, and he kind of beats up on himself a little bit too, and it's fun. He's a little hellion. Paul is the more sensible of the brothers, the older brother, played by Corey Stoll, and he's the one that has always stayed at the hometown there and is running the family business, and is just very practical, pragmatic, and somebody that my character kind of mocks a little bit, but obviously ultimately ends up respecting and admiring and deferring to a bit. There's a big fight or wrestling match out on the front lawn that the three brothers get into, and actually there's a couple of those, and it wasn't fun for me because those are couple of sea lions. Those two are really well put together. And I think I faked it pretty well. It looked like I didn't come empty-handed, like I could handle myself a bit, but outside of a movie, I'd be running as opposed to engaging there. I think what he's going through is he's trying to figure out if he's, like what any movie's about, really, about someone's trying to figure out whether they're pointed in the right direction. And they probably aren't, otherwise it wouldn't be a very interesting movie. And he's basically trying to get a clue or two or three, and he receives those from some of the circumstances that he goes through in this film and some of the people that he talks to in the film.